Hey, this is Aaron, the Metal Theologian. So, been a while since I made a video. And, you know, I don't really like to do the whole, oh, hey, sorry, I've been busy with life shit, blah, blah, blah. Because I kind of figure no one gives a shit. And, you know, it's kind of been my thought when I've seen that in other people's videos, to be perfectly honest. But I have to say, man, it's been a couple weeks, and people have been hitting me up privately and sort of saying, hey, haven't seen a video in a while, how's it going, everything all right, and, you know, hope to see something else soon, just like words of encouragement and things like that. So I have to say I really do appreciate that. So no excuses, but everyone who's reached out to me, thanks. I mean, that means a lot. So I actually got a few different ideas, but today we've got to cover the most important thing, because I got a couple things in the mail. I got this thing, just making sure I cover up addresses. I got this thing from Mr. Greeno, which I was kind of expecting, but had forgotten about. And I got this thing from Mr. SMF Captain Howdy, which totally surprised me. I was not expecting this at all. And so we're going to bust these bad boys open. But first things first, especially in honor of Mr. Howdy here, and that's that we have a little bit of soda here. If anyone from Grown Man Record Night is watching, or if any of you watch Grown Man Record Night, you'll note right off the bat that this is one of those blue sodas that would give Boss Man seizures. This is the Jik Jak Blue Raspberry, which I've never had before. It says, just say Jik Jak. And on the side it says, from the 1950s, Jik Jak was originally produced in St. Louis. Its quality caught on and soon had a network that stretched across the U.S. An old-time favorite, pick an ice-cold flavor that will be sure to quench your thirst. So I have to say, I'm kind of thirsty. Thirsty for something with little cane sugar in it. You know, it's funny, this is actually bottled in Washington State, so I kind of like the St. Louis angle. I tend to go for southern sodas. Missouri's a border state, right? But Washington kind of blows it. But you know, the last couple I've had from the north have been pretty good, so let's bust this out and see how we're doing. Yeah, it's okay. It's funny, we got two of these, and Spencer drank his. I asked him what he thought of it. He said, well, it's okay. And that's pretty much right. I mean, for a blue raspberry soda, this is very good. And I'll just admit right off the bat that when I'm looking for sodas, I tend to go for a cola or a cream soda or a root beer. And I like the fruity things from time to time, but when I do go for them, I try to gravitate towards the weirder ones, like the peanut butter and jelly one, that sort of thing. This is definitely okay. You know, if I were at your house and you were quaffing one of these and you said, hey man, you want a Jik Jak blueberry or blue raspberry soda? I'd say, yeah, sure man, I'll take one. Why the hell not? It'd probably be delicious. But it's definitely not like an earth-shaking, world-class thing. I like the mouthfeel of it. It, you know, it fills your mouth with blue raspberry flavor. It probably turns my tongue fucking blue. But it doesn't, it's not like overpowering. You know, all in all, I have to say, as these sorts of sodas go, this one is a damn fine soda. If it's a choice between this and one of those butter beers, I'll take the butter beer. But, I just drank that much of it, and the rest of this is pretty much going to get finished, I can guarantee you. Alright, so let's move on. We're going to see what Mr. Captain Howdy, sent me. All I know right now is that it's VCLT. Here we go, the grand unveiling here. Alright, looks like a comic book, which is a little bit surprising because I do like comics, actually. I don't talk about it very much, and I didn't really get into it until I got older and kind of did the whole graphic novel thing and that. And most of the stuff I checked out from the library. I have to appreciate the medium, you know. But I'm hardly an expert. I'm hardly a connoisseur. And I have to say, I don't know anything about Eclipso, The Darkness Within. Although this is pretty fucking cool. I don't think I've ever seen that on a comic before. So let's see what's in the note, because I'll bet there's an angle. I did notice this, actually. This kind of fell out on me and I stuffed it back in, but right there, that tells us who it's from, right? I could put this on my guitar or something like that if I would just be a dork for doing it, because I don't even play.
No, put it on your table, on your turntable, for even more dork points.
Alright, it says, hey Aaron, here's some different VCLT for you. check out the back cover. It will explain everything. Enjoy. So, what's on the back cover? Well, look at that.
Wow.
And I have to say, that's pretty damn cool. Man, I have to say, I'm such a Kiss ignoramus. This is Gene Simmons, but that looks like Paul Stanley, but I might even be wrong. So I'm sure he'll comment in and let me know, but that's really cool. And, you know, that's so cool that I would actually feel bad taking it off your hands if it weren't for the fact that you, and by you I mean John watching this, are pretty much the Kiss king. You probably have like 10,000 of these things now in use. So, yeah, this is awesome. I'm really kind of in awe. This is going to be cherished. I'm curious about this comic because as these things go, this looks pretty cool. But clearly that's, yeah, that's fucking fantastic. Right on. I'm just going to put it right back in the envelope to keep it nicely preserved and all taken care of. That is really awesome. Goddamn. I appreciate it a lot. It's my first Kiss autographs. I know some of y'all have like 20,000 of them. You know, even people who aren't John, like Mr. LJ probably does. But that's it. I've never really been that much of a collector. I appreciate it when they turn up, but I never got that whole sort of science down of like tracking down bands and doing all that sort of thing. So, God, talking about those autographs made me thirsty though.
And you've got your custom Drone Man record night coaster too.
Right on. Yeah,
I made that.
Make a ring. I wonder who made that. Actually, Mr. Spencer made this.
Yeah,
that is
dude.
Unique custom. All right, so let's see what Greeno sent me here. I'm pretty stoked about this too, I have to say, because I do know what's in here, I think. Cardboard!
Yay!
That's awesome. I know you, it's first class. I was going to say I didn't know you could send cardboard media mail over. Alright, so here we go. That's kind of classic right there. If anyone was wondering what Greeno's handwriting looks like, there we go. So, you know, I think I read somewhere that, like, when the G is curled like that, that means you're like a serial killer. Totally kidding. Anyone who knows Greeno knows that I'm kidding. Alright, well these are really cool. You know, okay, so here's the deal. I saw some pictures of the covers. These aren't that much to see, but what these are is Greeno apparently somewhere along the line ended up with this big collection. I mean, what? 6 DVDs worth of just old krautrock shit. And he sent me the lists of what was on these, and a bunch of the stuff is just, you know, it's like, yeah, you have some Can, you have some Scorpions, you have some Kraftwerk and some stuff like that, but there's a lot of stuff on these things that is just lesser known bands. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some Frumpy on there, some Popol Vuh. I guess they're pretty well known too. I don't know about Message. God, I'm drawing a blank. I want to say Kron. I want to say Jane. So I was thinking I might actually use a jumping off point to show a couple of these records. I don't want to make this a super long video, but actually, hell with it. We'll do a little show and tell here real quick because my wife just coincidentally happened to find some right before we put this on. I showed my Can records in a different video, so I won't bother going through all those again. But if you're into Can, you know, the original singer was Malcolm Mooney. He was actually an American, but he was, you know, sang on like, well, one real Can album, then another one that got released, you know, years later, and both those are absolutely great. But the guy's name was Malcolm Mooney, and he's been with other bands from time to time. Well, we actually saw him play once sometime in the 90s with, I think the band was called The 10th Planet. It was in a little club in San Francisco, and afterwards he was just outside talking with people. So we ended up talking with him for a little while, and my wife ended up getting his business card. So for all you Can fans out there, that right there is an authentic Malcolm Mooney business card from the one and only. So that's a hell of a piece.
Wonder what he did as an art consultant.
I know he's a sculptor. Alright, so I've been on a big reggae kick. I was actually going to pull out some crowd shit, but in the interest in... how long have we been going?
10 minutes.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to make a short one just for a change. So I'm just going to do is I put a couple things in here. One to taunt Mibber and one to taunt Greeno a little bit. So I'm just going to give you a couple needle drops here and let it go at that. I'll do another crowd video sometime soon. I have a story to tell and new arrivals and a ton of shit, but you know. Since we're doing the whole, hey, you know, we're all friends here thing anyway. I'll just do, I actually kind of have stories about both these records. So this is my copy of Knights of Metal by Wizard, which is got a recent reissue actually. That's kind of how it came up in conversation. But there's the back. These really weenie looking guys. That guy's probably my favorite. Although this guy's pretty good looking too, holding the skull with his short hair. So yeah, this band's from San Antonio. If you've been collecting metal for more than a year or two, you've probably figured out that Texas had more than its share of great bands. That's the original Pazuzu label there. And we're going to fire this up. Now, I actually turned this up because I kind of lucked into it. When I was living in LA, it was really kind of a trip. It was like 2002, 2003, right in there. And you just find stuff all over the place. Like, I have all sorts of records that I got relatively cheap there. And, you know, it's all sorts of stuff I probably wouldn't otherwise have. I just turned it up for $1 in LA or something like that. Well, this I didn't find cheap, okay? But this guy that I happened to be in touch with at the time in Pittsburgh did. I don't know where he got it, if he got it at a shop or a thrift store or whatever. This is a long time ago anyway. As it turns out, though, he wasn't really into this heavier shit. This is kind of more rockin', you know? This guy was a total glam collector. So I'd been finding all this glam shit and just sort of sitting on it and figuring out what to do with it. And a lot of it, I mean, a lot of it was decent, but a lot of it was the kind of shit that I just sort of file away and not really play. So the upshot is, I'm sending the guy a stack of like glam metal shit, like private press stuff that I found cheap in LA, and he sent me the Wizard record and trade for it. So sort of the Villain records, I actually bought this off the wall at Amoeba in Hollywood, and also when I was living in LA, as like a rare one, and I saw it up there for $50. I don't like to say that, but I just did. And I thought it was a copy of the reissue on Cult Metal Classics. Stayed overpriced, and I looked at it closer, and I was like, holy shit, that's an original. So it's kind of funny because they had it priced an expensive record, but they had it priced for a fraction of other things actually or was going for at the time. I haven't checked it lately. So I'll give this a needle drop in a minute. Here's a little bit of Wizard, though. It's pretty good, isn't it? Alright, we're going to do a little bit of Villain, and then we're going to kill it. So, yeah, like I said, there's a reissue of this. I'm not sure who did it. I'm pretty sure it's on vinyl, but I'm not positive. But both these actually get a pretty enthusiastic thumbs up. They're both great records. So, kind of in different styles. You just heard the Wizard one. It's kind of on the dark side, you know. Not the most competent singer, you know. This is on, actually, let me show the label off. That's on Relentless there. The reissue had a couple bonus tracks. And I'm pretty sure this is an insert too. You can tell this is before my time because California sales tax was still 6.5 cents or 6.5%. By the time I moved there, it was higher than that. Look at that! You get a muscle tee or a T-shirt, and you get the record for $7.98. So awesome! Let me show the back of this too. This cheesy old computer fonts. And they do a cover of "Tie Your Mother Down" by Queen, which is kind of superfluous, but if you're going to do a cover like that, it's a pretty good choice. It's a much better choice than that White Rabbit cover that Silent Listener did on their record. Actually, the other thing about this band, sort of their claim to fame, is the singer's Carl Albert. It was with Vicious Rumors after that first record. So, yeah, some people care about that. Alright, well I think you get the idea. There's some slower tunes on this. This is probably my favorite song on the record, but two great records. I have a whole bunch of DVDs to watch and a really awesome comic book with some signatures on it. In a way that's cooler than having a record that's signed, because it's more random, you know what I mean? It's more like there's a story associated with it. So there we go. That's a little show and tell for today. Hopefully there'll be more in other videos soon, because I've got a bunch of shit backed up. So thanks for watching. I forgot something really important in the main body of the video there. That's just some funny shit about this record. So check this out. Let me look a little closely at the cover. So first of all, it's an awesome cover anyway, okay? There's no denying. I already showed how funny the guys are on the back. It's a nice, thick, like, old-style American cover, too. And you have a little, like, wizard W on the horse's ass. But the best part is check out that castle. I actually owned this for a while before I noticed that. That's pretty classic. So anyway, that's it. Now I'm really signing off. Thanks.